Hi everyone, Paul here. Today I'm going to be going over a new strategy. It's like kind of an extension on what happened. The last video I did, I talked about the rainbow strategy. And this is kind of just adding an extra indicator to this. And it really actually makes the formula, it makes this trading strategy really powerful. I'm going to show you how to set it up. I'm going to be looking at crypto and how you can use this to your advantage. We're going to be looking at crypto, so we're going to plug in the rainbow strategy. I'm not really going to talk a lot about how to, the rainbow strategy because I talked about it in the last video, and basically you just plug in all the settings for that, but you add another indicator, and I'm going to teach you how to do this strategy with just an extra indicator added to it, and it makes this strategy really powerful, and it helps you find all the key moments of your trades. Now with this strategy, this is just me personally when doing this strategy. I'll focus on the day chart and then the hour chart. You can use smaller time frames, but I like to focus more on you don't have to look at the chart every day if you're doing it on the hour, but you won't make as much as far as gains if you focus on smaller time frames. That's just me. But anyway, I want to show you how to set this up and how to use it for crypto. I'm going to be going over this strategy as well with stocks and some of the other assets as well, because it works for all of them, and I want to kind of go over this method and how it can benefit each one of these assets. But today we're going to be looking at crypto. We're going to look at some scenarios, and we're going to learn how to use this strategy to find all the good moments for your trades. Okay, so for the strategy, we're going to be focusing on the day here. So we're going to be focusing on, we'll look at Bitcoin, we'll look at a couple other cryptos here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to set up your rainbow strategy. Now, please go back to my last video where I tell you how to set up the rainbow strategy. To keep this video short, I'm not really going to go into how to set up the rainbow strategy. You basically just need your 3 smooth moving averages, and you put them up there. I really covered that in the last video, so I'm not really going to go over it in this video. Watch that one if you want to show up how to set up the rainbow strategy. The only other indicator we want to add to this strategy is called go here and we want to search for regularized. It's the regularized moving average suite. It's by L.E. Cobra. So you want to get that one, and once you have that, you're basically set up for this strategy. It's pretty simple. So what I do is I use this strategy, and the first thing you want to do is you want to find the overall trend. So we do this by, first we need to go look at the day, and we want to identify what the overall trend is. So what we do when we want to identify the overall trend is we want to see the last time that the rainbow strategy has crossed on the day. So we identify what direction it's going, and to the date of this video, Bitcoin has been bullish, in a bullish trend since October 21st. It is bullish, we are not bearish, and you can tell that just by looking at this. Now what the regularized moving suite does is it helps you find all the key moments to get in. So if you notice right here, we will enter our trades when it crosses the zero line. So the whole point of the day chart is to kind of see the overall trend, but you can enter your trades if you catch it crossing on the day chart. So we see it happen right now. So right now would actually be a good time to enter on a day chart, but I like zooming in and getting a closer look. So the whole point of the day really is to get a view of what the overall trend is, and we can tell that because of the rainbow strategy, the 20 and the 55 have not crossed. So that means the overall trend is up. It has been up since October 21st. So what's the next step? We've identified what the overall trend is. So we want to move to a smaller time frame. Now, I personally go to an hour. Now, when you're doing this on this strategy and go into the hour, we have identified the direction. So that's the first thing we want to do with this strategy is we identified the direction. And when you're doing it on the hour, these trades are not going to happen every day. It's not intraday. So you may find these once a week or something like that, or every so often, maybe every 2 or 3 days or something like that, you'll find the signal. This is not intraday. This does not happen every day. But I don't go to smaller time frames because that's just me. But if you guys want to use this for smaller time frames, that's what you guys can do. I prefer doing it on the hour because when you find it on the hour, you basically will find all the big moves, pretty much what I think. We'll find more of the bigger moves if you do it on the hour. So now, since we know that the direction is going up, what we want to look for is we want to check and we want to make sure because on the day chart we figured out what the pattern is, we figured out what the overall trend is doing. So what we want to do is we want to zoom in on a smaller time frame. I'm doing an hour here. And we just want to wait every time that it is crossing the zero line. So every time it is crossing up on the zero line and green. So if the trend was going down, we'd be focusing on it going down. If the trend is going up, you want to focus on all the moments where it's going up. So you basically want to enter your trades on a smaller time frame. I do an hour, but you guys can do smaller if you want to. But I find the hours a pretty good one. So you focus on all the moments where it goes up. So let me check a couple times here where it crosses up because the trend is going up here. So that would have been right here. Would have been right here. I'll do a couple of them. Then I want to move on to some other cryptos as well. Moved right here. Crossed right here. Right here. Let's do one more. This one's a small one, but let's do this one. And then right here. So if we check these and if we enter these trades every time that it crosses up, because the overall trend is up. So, and we're basing this off an hour. So basically, you do not have to do this. This is not intraday. So if we look at the days of entering, this was on May 17th. This was on May 15th. This was on May 12th. May 9th. So you may find the signal. You might find the signal once a week or maybe twice a week. It all depends. But anyway, if we came into the trade the moment that it crossed, which was right here, we know the overall trend is up. So we just write it out. And we can write it out as long as we want. And we would have, let's just do a day here. This is a day. This is doing it for a day. And this would have returned, if you're doing this on Forex, this would have returned about $1,386 if you did it at a 0.01. Now, you can do your own math if you want to increase your lot size, but this move would have returned you about $1,386. Bare minimum at a 0.01. So let's check this other one here. This one looks like a bigger move. So if we came in when it crossed, which is right here. We wrote it out. Now, just because the green on the regularized moving average suite is getting smaller does not mean that you need to get out of your trade. I do this whenever I'm in my trade. I'm like, well, if it's getting smaller, if the regularized moving average is getting smaller, that must mean that it's going to start going down. But all it really means is it's getting weaker. The strength of it is getting weaker, and it might start going down. So as long as it's green, you should be still good. I mean, if you did it all the way over here, you wouldn't make as much, but you would still be in profit. If you got out right here, you would have made more. So You'll be in profit either way, but I believe this works the best for the longer time frames. So anyway, let's just say we come in here, we write it out, let's say up to here. This is a 6% increase. This is a, if you're doing it on Forex, this is a $4,250 move. So let's check the other one. So this one right here, we see that's crossing right here. If we rode this out, see that's pounced down a bit. And we rode it to about here. This is a $2,000 move if you did a 0.01. Let's see if we can find another one. Now this one's kind of tiny. You'll find big ones and you'll find small ones. But it crosses right here. And you can write it out from here to here. It kind of picks up on it. This is another $1,164 if you did it at 0.01. If I do one more here. I guess I went over them. Let's look at a couple other cryptos here to see how well this would work for the other ones. Let's do Ethereum. Okay, so first we got to identify the overall direction here. And what we can see is Ethereum right now is really struggling. It's almost going bearish, but it hasn't gone bearish yet. It has been bullish since... November 5th, but it looks like it's getting a little weaker and it might go bearish. So it's not all the way bearish yet, so let's just focus on being bullish. It's not bearish yet, but it's getting there. So let's just focus on the moments where it's going up. So we go here to the hour. We go to the hour and we want to focus on all the moments where it's going up. So we got a moment right here. Got a tiny one right here. Got a moment right here. And see, we got a moment right here. Let's do one more. And we got a moment right here. So let's check these real quick and see how profitable you can be. You came in right here where it crossed up. You rode this out here to here. Now, even though it's crossing down, you're still in profit right here. But if I were doing this trade and then I got in down here, I would probably take profit right where it is right now, because you can see it's almost crossing down on the zero line. So I would have probably got out right about here. But this is $131 in 2 days with the 0.01 lot size. So then it just crosses again right here. So you would come in here, you write it out up till, well, if it came in right here where it crossed again, you wouldn't make as much. You could get out here, you can get out up here. Got out up here, you would have made about $118. Now this one's kind of tricky. We see that's crossing up, and I think it's picking up on that moment. So it's a very brief one. It's picking up on these big candles here. So this is kind of tricky. This is still $85 if you manage to catch that. And then you got a small one right here. Right here. This is a very small one. You catch this one. And this is why you always want to go with the trend, because if you manage to catch when you're against the trend, it's going to be harder. It's going to be a little bit more trickier to get it. See, because I think this current moment is going against the trend. That's why you only have $22. when you go with the trend, you should make more. So let's do this one here. Because I think the overall trend really for Ethereum is down, even though it can bounce back up. You see there's a lot of red here. But anyway, if you got in for there to there, that's about $48. So most likely Ethereum right now there's a lot of red with it. I personally wouldn't be in Ethereum until I see until I see the lines straighten out a little bit more. It's a bit more consolidation. So if you find yourself in a consolidation moment, I definitely wouldn't do any trades when it's in a consolidation moment. So flip on your consolidation zone. Your consolidation zone, which is right there. Just make sure you're not in any kind of consolidation. So anyway, to do this strategy effectively, you need to have your rainbow strategy set up, which I did cover that. I covered that in the last video, and then you need to plug in your regularized moving average suite. That's the one we did on the bottom. What I do in this strategy is I focus on the day. I get a good view on what the overall trend is doing, and then I'll go over to the hour and find all the moments where it's crossing up. Works very well in my opinion. Anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. See you guys for the videos.